Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful day. In today's video I want to talk to you or with you about silver, and more precisely about buying silver and what you should keep in mind if you want to do so. That is something that I think has become much more important over the last couple of years, but it always was important in my opinion, because it's really important in my opinion to really know what it is that you can expect from silver, why you shouldn't buy silver. And on YouTube, of course, the stuff that is very over dramatic and promises you a lot gets the most amount of views. I've already noticed that with my very small channel. If you put very interesting stuff in the titles, people are gonna click on that more often than they would on your normal videos. So, of course, people are putting stuff in their titles and talking about their videos like silver will go to like $1,000 an ounce or whatever in purchasing power, I assume, because, well, $1,000 an ounce might not mean a whole lot in the future. But in my opinion, that is not the right reason to buy silver. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit more detail later in this video, but first of all I want to quickly show you what I brought for you today. So first one is a 1 ounce platinum white line of Mortimer from the Queen's Beast series. From the Royal Mint. Really beautiful coin. I really like platinum coins because I think it's very interesting that they look like silver coins visually, but they of course feel vastly different because they're just so dense. They're almost twice, they almost have twice the density of silver coins. I think it actually is pretty close to twice the density. So that's very interesting. I really like my platinum coins, and I was actually able to buy those relatively close to spot last year. Not anymore, but you know, stuff happens, right? So continuing on with a Australian kookaburra from the year of 2017. One of my favorite designs, actually. I really like these two little kookaburras sitting on that fence. Really cool, and I've got quite a few of those, and I'm very happy about that. And lastly, I've got a Fiji coin silver bar, something that was widely traded in Europe, but now that Germany has a different tax system in regards to silver, it's probably going to be obsolete in a couple of years because there's only like a few not so major countries as far as demand for silver goes that still have a reason to keep these coin silver bars, and they are of course more expensive to produce than normal silver bars. So this is probably going to be a relic of the past pretty soon. So alrighty, silver and the reasons you should buy or shouldn't buy it, and that is something that is really important to me, and that is something that I have noticed on this channel a lot since I started doing videos about gold and silver mainly, and that is people being disappointed, people being frustrated with how silver has performed since they started like 10 years ago or whatever. And that is actually the time when I started, approximately. So listen, it's very important to understand what works and what doesn't work as far as videos go on YouTube. And you can't blame the creators that are doing these videos that they are doing it, because that is what people want to watch. People want to hear about silver going to 1,000 or whatever dollars an ounce, and gold going to 50,000. Everyone's going to be rich and yada yada yada. You know the drill. But, and I have to be honest about that because that's what we do on this channel, that is quite unlikely. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how things are going around the world right now, but it is very unlikely that things are that silver is going to go to this amount of money. I'm sorry, people, but it's just so unlikely. I really don't think so. It might happen just because everything can, but in my opinion, that is something that is really not going to happen. Same with gold to like 50,000. No. Very likely not. Very likely never, actually. It might happen at some point just because our currencies are going to degrade over time, but not in purchasing power. Just definitely not. So why am I telling you that? Why am I trying to pull you down or whatever, or give you a bad mood? I'm not trying to do that. Really, I promise you, I really don't. I'm not trying to do that whatsoever. I love gold and I love silver. They're one of my favorite metals ever. Of course, copper has kind of like a special place in my heart because that's how I pretty much make my money. But gold and silver, I love gold and silver, and I really do think that silver especially is extremely undervalued. So why am I saying that? Because if people go into buying gold and silver coins just to make money, just to become millionaires or whatever. It's just so incredibly unlikely that it's almost guaranteed that you're setting yourself up for an extreme amount of disappointment and probably just for disaster as far as your journey with stacking goes, because you won't be happy in the future when the prices are not going the way you wanted them to. And you're not going to stick with the hobby. And that is bad, because gold and silver is a very, very long-term hobby. So if you're just going into it saying, yeah, this and this and this person said it's going to go to this and this and this price, and that's why I'm buying it now, and I'm going to be rich in a couple of years and whatever. It's just, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed and to be frustrated. And the world is already frustrating enough. I don't see a reason to buy yourself another reason to be frustrated. I really don't get it. So if you want to achieve that, go look somewhere else, because gold and silver is really not the place for you. I'm really sorry to tell you, but you're not going to get rich doing this. Right? It's fun, it's a hobby, it's something that people enjoy, collecting coins and staking gold and silver and stuff like that. And it's a great security. And that's my main point here. Gold and silver are not made for you to get rich with them. They are just a great financial security that you can buy and you can hold, and that will always have some kind of value. That's the amazing and the great part about gold and silver. That's why people should buy it, in my opinion. If they want that, not if they want to get like Wall Street bets kind of fast rich. So listen, I don't want to keep you from buying gold and silver. Most certainly not, because this is my hobby and I would obviously love people to get into it. But if you just want to get into it to make money, to get rich, you are just not going to be happy with the hobby. And it is important to be happy with your hobby, because otherwise, for how long are you realistically going to do it? Not very, as far as I know, or as far as I can tell by reading comments and listening to what other people have to say on the internet. Like, I realize that people are frustrated, and I realize that people are annoyed, and that is, of course, that's the case. Because if you're told from whatever many videos that silver is going to go to whatever, the moon, or even beyond that, then of course you're disappointed when it doesn't happen over years and years and years, and for some people, decades. So I just don't want you to experience that, because it is quite likely that there's not going to be any major outbreaks in the silver price in the next years, or decades, or ever. I don't know. No one knows. And that's not something you should connect your happiness to. And it's not important, really, because silver and gold, whether or not they go to like $100 in purchasing power, who cares? It's really just supposed to have value at some point in the future, so that you don't lose it. It's not made to make you rich. And I think that's very important to understand. So if you want to buy it, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, and there's barely anything that can go wrong for you, really. So if you like collecting coins, if you like collecting different coin series and whatever, or you like stacking bars, or just stacking coins, or whatever, or rounds, or whatever, if you like that kind of stuff, then gold and silver is something for you. If you like stuff to keep or hold some kind of value in the future, and presumably for the future of humanity, pretty much, because gold and silver always had a value and always will have a value as long as there's someone that can give it one. So if you like that kind of stuff, then gold and silver is for you. But if you really just want to make money, I really don't think it makes a lot of sense for you to buy gold and silver. I understand that we all want to make money. That is, of course, that's the case. Everyone wants that, right? But there are right and wrong ways to go about that. And gold and silver is a very, very speculative way to make money if you want to make money with it. Like, it's not very likely that you're going to make anything. Right? If you're buying collector coins, okay, I guess that's a viable option nowadays, because you can really make some money with that. I wouldn't recommend that, though. So if you want to do that, that's on you. But be aware of the fact that you can also lose a good chunk of money with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much what I had to say about that, and it's a really important thing for me. So I wanted to quickly just address it in this very short little video. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed today's video. Really hope you kind of understood where I'm coming from. I really don't want to keep anyone from buying gold and silver, but this is a very important fact for me, and it's really something that saved me a lot of trouble, a lot of hassle in the past, and it will save you a lot of nerves if you just relax and don't treat it as a way to get rich or whatever, because it might take forever, quite literally. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any more questions whatsoever, be sure to write them in the comments below. I'd be very happy to answer them. As always, if you want to, you can rate the video with like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you might want to do. And you can also subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any other videos. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic week, and until next time.